I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
The Detroit Lions went and got a guy from the UFL this offseason. Back in March of 2024, there was a guy, his name is Jake Bates. Was not a field goal kicker, but a kickoff specialist. And he booted two 64-yarders in Ford Field. One was actually not counted because it was a penalty or timeout, something like that. And he then repeated the process, made the kick. Instantly took the world by storm, especially Detroit Lions fans. With the Michigan Panthers, he was playing right in our house. We all paid attention to it. And at this time, we're going through kickers. I don't know if y'all remember, but a few years ago, Lions went through like 7 kickers. And we wind up settling on Michael Badgley. Michael was huge for us. No, I'm not going to take anything from him. Helped us beat the LA Rams and win our first playoff game in 30 some odd years. Got hurt this year. But before that, Brad Holmes did something that he usually doesn't do. I'm sure he didn't do this on purpose. It just was coincidental. The fans were screaming for Jake Bates to be a Detroit Lion. And I was one of the first people, if not the first person, to make a video about Jake Bates being a Detroit Lion. And he is not disappointed. The dude is clutch. Yeah, they were close to not going in on Sunday against the Houston Texans, but they went in. And Dan Campbell said it's just like they were right down the middle. A win is a win. A field goal is a field goal. Even if it doinks and goes in, which we've seen a ton of this year, it's still a field goal that's good. Jake Bates, coming from Lions Twitter, I like this headline, says, from bricks to kicks, Jake Bates wins Special Teams Player of the Week. And this is he now joins 2 other, I think it was Jason Hanson and Matt Prater, to win Special Teams Player of the Week. Now, you get the reference. Just 2 years ago, not even, he was selling bricks. He was a brick salesman, not like going door to door, but I guess he was in a shop and he was selling bricks and he thought his NFL career was over. Look how good this dude has been. He is 100%. Let's look at his stats real quick. Dude is ridiculous. Let me blow this up because it's too small. There we go. That's what I'm used to. 100% field goal percentage. He has not missed a field goal. He's missed 1 extra point. He's tied for first in field goal percentage, 97%. It seems like the shorter the kicks are, the more he struggles. His long was 58 against the Texans this past week. That's tied for 7th longest this season. And he's got 74 points. The Lions, and I got to say something as well. Shout out to the guys at Pride of Detroit. Every last one of them was absolutely destroying Jake Bates. Jeremy Reisman. I know he was. But it's funny because we talk about the fan and how we don't know anything, right? We were behind Jake Bates. I was behind Jake. Even in training camp, they didn't want to get a guy the job. They did not want to give him, Jake Bates, blah, blah, blah. The dude has missed 1 extra point. He's the best kicker we've had since Jason Hanson. Right now, he's better than Matt Prater. The dude has missed 1 extra point in 9 games. All right? Jake Bates is the truth. Lions signed him to a 2-year deal. They knew something was up. They saw something in this kid. And remember, when Dan Campbell was being interviewed about Jake Bates, they said they trust him. They trust that he can make these kicks. Jake Bates had no competition during training camp at all. Once Badgley went down, we did not bring in another kicker. We did wind up working out. We put Greg Joseph on the practice squad, but then he wind up getting poached by the Giants. So we brought in a reserve kicker just in case something happened to Jake Bates, and we still are in a sticky situation if it does. Hopefully he never gets run into, pops a hammy, anything like that, right? Never has to make a tackle that can get him hurt, and because we don't have any backup. But this is our kicker. We signed him to a 2-year deal. When was the last time a kicker who has never taken a field goal kick in an NFL game had a 2-year deal off the street? And here's the thing. Here's what makes Sunday against the Houston Texans, Week 10, so glorious. He actually was cut by the Houston Texans in favor of the current kicker they have. Goes back to Houston, his hometown, and becomes, I think it was the first player, I don't know if it was in NFL history, but it was the first player to kick 50 plus field goal kicks to tie a game and then to win a game. It was crazy. This is the dude's first season with the Detroit Lions. He's 25 years old. He's going to be around for a long time. So kudos to Jake Bates, man. Welcome. Glad to have you. The Lions finally found their kicker.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.